Hello guys, Steven Dexter and welcome to this video. So today we're gonna go over the yearly monthly account statement review, and we're gonna go over the biggest mistakes and the biggest game. Other than that, make sure to check the new course link in bio. Let's get into the video. So let's look at the account statements in terms of monthly profit. January, February, I made 100K and 40K, then 400K on March. Was traveling the first 2 months of the year, so it wasn't very active. In February, I think we made a mistake on OCEA. Overall, let's take a look at the biggest mistake. Let's go over the biggest losers. The OCEA went all the way up to 26. I had a bounce short over here. Shorting to resistance March 9th. Was shorting around 960, and the resistance was pretty big, pretty dense around here. Let's take a look at February 23rd. We have seen the consolidation between 12 to 16. So when the stock went up to 9 to 10, it was actually shortable in terms of shorting into consolidations. Right about here. Turns out you squeezed all the way back up, so I was shorting it into the strength 970, adding into the bounces and cutting losses again, and then cut losses again right here. The size was pretty big, and it was about one tryout around into this rejection with actual size, one tryout with rejections right here as well, then finally exit around here. It wasn't a great trade because I have noticed that the volume is going to overwhelm the historical resistance. And so in terms of that, it's not really ideal anymore. So I shouldn't be even holding throughout the day. That's mistakes on my part. I should have only traded in the first fail. And if it tends to break through and test the resistance again, I should not trade this anymore. The biggest gain, which will be FRC, which is the bank stock. This one, we pulled about 60%. I was trading it day by day, so let's look at March 13th. Profits added up through this month on FRC. So the first month was starting around here, went up all the way to 50, consolidated, shorted around 48, covered around 37-ish. Since they formed the massive consolidations, dollar block on $1 billion was a $1 billion initial cap, and currently it's around 3.6 billion, I would believe. Overall, traded at around 50 million before it cracked down. So about a total of 3 billion in terms of dollar block. Shorted again into this push, covered around 30, since it showed massive weaknesses in the pre-market. Pushed all the way back, tested resistance, so it was small size around there. Came all the way back, squeezed all the way to 40, since it tested support. So went a little bit long, around 20, sold around 236. Traded on this day, since it cracked all the way to 11, then shorting to the bounces and covered around 12. So that's the 4th trade on FRC. And after that, it's a small size playing left and right. It's trading a solid amount of volume, so with liquidities, it's actually worth it to go in with size, especially whenever you are trading something like this that has actual fundamentals. The current ongoing banking crisis, a lot of people are withdrawing their deposits from the bank, putting into the government bonds, so they can get 4 or 5% in short-term bonds, but the banks are only paying 1% maximum. So that's why the banks are losing deposit, losing liquidities, and if they have too much exposures in the market, then they're likely to get wiped out. So the banking stocks, this is just the first one, FRC. We're gonna have more to come. So these type of patterns will repeat again and again. And that's for FRC. Currently the most profitable trade so far in the year. Biotech's always a nightmare. So even though with IPOs, which I went over in the last videos, trade went over ZURA, even though with the perfect conditions and consolidations, still didn't work. So I would suggest do not short into biotechs, even though they have really attractive consolidations and resistance, not even worth it. Alright guys, that'll be it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure to leave a comment below if you have any questions. I will see you guys in the next one.